From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
The fallout over the attack on Capitol Hill continues tonight. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. The FBI has arrested several more people in connection to Wednesday's riot. That includes the man seen sitting at House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's desk. Agents took Richard Barnett into custody in Little Rock, Arkansas this morning. He faces 3 federal charges. Federal officials also arrested a West Virginia state lawmaker and another man who investigators say packed his truck with 11 Molotov cocktails, a handgun, and an assault rifle and parked it a block from the Capitol grounds. The FBI has released dozens of pictures of suspects and shared a message to anyone involved in the Capitol breach saying, quote, "The FBI will find you and hold you accountable for your crimes no matter your location," end quote.
Meanwhile, President Trump is losing another social media platform, this time his arguable favorite. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest tonight from Washington.
Tonight, Twitter permanently suspending President Donald Trump's account, no longer allowing him to post on the site and reach his 88 million followers. The social network citing Wednesday's raid on the U.S. Capitol and concern of further incitement of violence as reasons for its decision. The president blasting the social media giant, releasing a statement saying, "We will not be silenced." Twitter's move follows Facebook and Instagram, which also suspended the president's accounts indefinitely. Meantime, the flag over the Capitol flying at half-staff in honor of an officer who died in the riot. Brian Sicknick, a 12-year veteran of the force. Vice President Mike Pence offering his condolences and the White House issuing a statement, but silence on the slain officer from President Trump as calls for him to resign or be removed from office grow louder. Republican Senator Ben Sasse telling CBS he would consider articles of impeachment.
I believe the president has disregarded his oath of office.
Alaskan GOP Senator Lisa Murkowski more direct, saying, "I want him to resign. I want him out." And with just 12 days left in office before President-elect Joe Biden takes over, Democrats appear to be moving forward with impeachment. They've already written an impeachment resolution, a single article for, quote, incitement of insurrection, charging Trump with, quote, willfully inciting violence against the government by urging his followers to march to the Capitol.
We're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
On the question of impeachment, Biden saying it's up to Congress.
The quickest way that will happen is us being sworn in on the 20th.
When Biden is sworn in, President Trump won't be there, confirming on Twitter before his suspension he is not attending the inauguration. If Trump stays true to his word, he'll be just the 4th outgoing president not to attend his successor's inauguration. The last president to skip the ceremonial symbol of democracy, President Andrew Johnson, some 152 years ago. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
Not long after Twitter suspended President Trump's account, Indiana's incoming attorney general tweeted a message saying, quote, "I will always be for our president," and he mentioned the president's personal account. Rokita has not mentioned the Capitol raid on Twitter. The Indiana Democratic Party released a statement in response saying, quote, "Todd Rokita, it's your job to pledge allegiance to the United States, not to a politician with dangerous, un-American ideology. You've disqualified yourself before even taking office," end quote.
And there is more social media fallout. Google has suspended Parler from the Play Store. The site bills itself as a free speech social network. A Google spokesperson says its policies require that apps displaying user-generated content have moderation rules and enforcement that removes content like posts that incite violence. They went on to say that all developers agree to those terms, and Parler had been reminded of the policy ahead of today's decision. We will continue to bring you the latest on the aftermath of Wednesday's attack. Look for updates anytime on our website, WRTV.com, and the WRTV app.
When Dr. Moore's case came about, I think it just really inspired and really made a super reason for the legislation to take place.
Around Christmas, the world was reading about an Indianapolis doctor who died of COVID-19. When Dr. Susan Moore was initially hospitalized with the virus, she shared videos detailing her treatment experience, accusing a doctor of not taking her pain seriously because she was black. Throughout the pandemic and the push to address systemic racism in the United States, healthcare systems have been pledging to address racial disparities. WRTV's Cornelius Hawker shows you how a state lawmaker hopes to help.
State Representative Robin Shackelford is working to address one of the many issues that contributes to health disparities faced by minority communities.
Legislation will require health professionals to get 2 hours of cultural diversity training.
This training will be designed by the Office of Minority Health along with the state health department, ensuring people of color have input. If the legislation becomes law, the training will be mandatory for medical professionals.
There's accountability in it because if you don't have your completed training certificate each year, you may not get your license that you need to get renewed.
This proposed legislation came about because of COVID-19's disproportionate impact on communities of color here in our state. Some of those disparities, Rep. Shackelford says, are caused by medical professionals not knowing how to talk to their minority patients.
Minorities feel they're not listened to by their healthcare staff, by their doctors. Sometimes they feel like they're talked down to. If they ask questions, they're getting very intimidated.
To make sure those experiences are being addressed, the legislation would also create a database to document cases.
What this will do will create a statewide requirement that we are actually collecting data of patients' experiences based on their race, their religion, their sex, their sexual orientation, their disability status.
Representative Shackelford says this legislation, with all it would do, is one more step to fixing the ever-present problems plaguing our state when it comes to minority health disparities. Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, WRTV.
The bill has not been filed yet. Representative Shackelford tells WRTV it's still in the review process, but once it is filed, she urges you to reach out to your legislator if this is something you want them to support.
More than 53,000 Hoosiers age 80 and older have made appointments to get a COVID-19 vaccine. That's according to the State Department of Health. Today is the first day of eligibility for that group in the state. Some of the vaccines were given at IU Health Methodist Hospital. Clifford Burks is among those who signed up.
At the beginning of all of the bad, sad news, I decided that, well, whenever it came available for me to get a shot, I wanted to be the first one to get one.
If you are eligible and interested in getting a COVID vaccine, you can register by going to ourshot.in.gov or by calling 211. Right now, all vaccines are free through the state. A caregiver or loved one can make an appointment on behalf of an eligible person.
The community is stepping up to help people who are eligible for a vaccine but don't have a way to get to a vaccination site. The Beech Grove Senior Citizen Center will provide free rides to vaccine appointments. Leaders with the center say they've already received calls from seniors in need. Betty McElroy is looking forward to getting vaccinated so she can see her family in person, and that includes a new addition.
I have just recently got my first great-grandchild. And of course, I haven't been able to do much connection with him, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Now, the rides are free for seniors who live in the Beech Grove and surrounding area. Several local health departments tell WRTV they are also working to finalize transportation options for seniors.
Now to the forecast. WRTV Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us now, helping you prepare for the weekend. And Kevin, we all just want some sunshine.
Hang in there. I think we'll see some. We're prepared because a lot of the same weather that we've had the last few days will visit us. That means keeping temperatures generally around average for this time of the year. 36 is your average high. But the change, some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. I think we'll see a little more consistent sunshine, though, second half of the weekend. Temperatures around the metro area, because of the cloud cover, they've been just pretty uniform. You don't see much of a change from any one spot, whether you're north or south in the state. Morning clouds, just a couple breaks in the cloud cover in the afternoon, 34 for the high. There's your temperature progression, just 4-degree change from 7 a.m. to noon as we're at 30. There are the afternoon high temperatures, again just above freezing. We'll talk about the changes for Sunday and what's been missing and is still missing from the 7-day forecast.
People who stay or sleep in a Bloomington park must leave by Monday. The city is cracking down on homelessness in Seminary Park. This comes after a 51-year-old man was found dead in the park on Christmas Eve. A new sign is posted at the park reminding people that it's illegal to stay there overnight. The Bloomington Homeless Coalition says Seminary Park is a popular location for people with nowhere else to go because it's safe, centralized, and close to services they need. The coalition has started a petition asking the mayor to stop evicting people from the park.
We would like the city just work with us instead of against us. There are a lot of other organizations that are trying to get these people safe places to live, but it doesn't happen overnight. We've got more places opening up that these people can live in a few months. Why can't they just wait until these people get actual houses and homes and apartments? It's right around the corner. But for some reason, they want to push them into the woods and make it so that they can't be seen.
The sign posted at the park says tents and personal belongings left there will be removed and stored for 30 days. It lists phone numbers and addresses of local social service agencies. The city says the park restriction is not a new rule, but has not been enforced for the last few weeks to give people time to find safer options.
The city of Indianapolis plans to enforce similar restrictions on Monument Circle starting next week. Part of the circle will close to any encampments or storage on Tuesday. The IMPD homeless unit says it will provide housing to anyone who has been camping on the outer loop. The Department of Public Works will provide storage for up to 60 days.
Coming up, how the pandemic helped a Central Indiana woman discover a new passion and career path.
When it comes to quarterbacks, do you want the wily old veteran or the hotshot up-and-comer? I'm Brad Brown, looking ahead to this weekend's AFC wildcard between the Colts and the Bills. We'll hear from Phillip Rivers and Josh Allen coming up on the News at 11.
See, go to geico.com.
New at 11, sweet treats born out of boredom. Tonight, we're sharing you a positive story to come out of the pandemic. WRTV's Cameron Riddle shows the current crisis is not stopping a young Indianapolis woman from turning her creativity and passion into a business.
Sitting at home during the pandemic has given us all plenty to think about. For 22-year-old Destiny Smith, it was just about finding something to do that she enjoyed. That's when she went into the kitchen.
Playing around with stuff, and I came up with just covering stuff in chocolate.
She realized making desserts was not only fun, but her future. What started out as cooking meals for her family became baking custom-ordered desserts.
I originally started giving it to friends and family as like gifts, and they loved it. And I was like, oh, I'm about to start a business. And that's what I did.
Of course, the early months of the pandemic put the brakes on that idea, but in late 2020, Smith launched her own online bakery called the Cavity Factory. Large orders quickly came rolling in for Christmas.
I had a nursing's office, like where they do at-home care. The entire nursing office ordered and bought stuff from me for their families for Christmas and everything. It was nice.
The desserts from Smith's Cavity Factory can be customized for every order. Smith says she can create just about anything.
Anything from sunflowers to Spider-Man to anything.
Right now, Smith has a full-time job as an insurance agent, but with just weeks to Valentine's Day, she's hoping a good rush of sales will soon allow her to open her own in-person shop full-time. The woman who started a business out of boredom in a pandemic is encouraging others to spend their time doing what they love.
At this point, people are starting to realize that some of these jobs don't care about them. Why not do what you love?
Cameron Riddle, WRTV.
And you can find the Cavity Factory on Instagram. Orders take at least a week to fill. If you got a midnight sweet tooth, that was the perfect story, Kevin.
I may start covering the 7-day forecast in chocolate. Then we'll all love it. Well, as you look over Indianapolis, cloudy and cold, but dry. That's really been the story here for the last several days, and there's no major change on the way. So you're wondering, where's the snow been? It's certainly kept a low profile here so far this winter season. We've had less than 3 inches, Typically, we would have had at least 10 inches of snow by now. It's not in the forecast this weekend or early next week. Most of next week right now, dry with one weather system staying south, it looks like Monday night and Tuesday. Notice what I've done. I've jumped to Tuesday through Thursday just to highlight the fact that those 3 days, temperatures will warm into the lower 40s, something to look forward to there. Well, this is a victory already for the Colts, and the game hasn't started. Mixture of clouds and sunshine, temperatures in the 30s in Buffalo in January. Colts will win. Temperatures during the day tomorrow in central Indiana, not much different than Buffalo. A light north wind, temperature with mostly cloudy skies and some breaks in the cloud cover, stays just below average. There's your north wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Definitely need a jacket. Temperatures to the north, Logansport and Marion, for example, Lafayette in there too, lower 30s, should be closer to mid 30s. In Indianapolis and anywhere from Terre Haute to Richmond. Once you get south, 36 in Bedford, 35 in Seymour. Sunday, a mixture of clouds and sunshine will add just a couple degrees to the thermometer. Temperatures in Columbus will be about 37, but if you're looking for 40 or above, we've got to hang in there. That will arrive on Tuesday. Wednesday, a little warmer. Thursday, the warmest day in my forecast. That comes with a 20% chance we'll see some rain showers. Then we're back to 36, colder conditions for the end of next week. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Amanda?
You too, Kevin. Pacers tickets will go on sale on January 19th. Today, the team announced that a limited number of seats will be available for fans for the first time since the beginning of the pandemic. There will be some changes to the game day experience, like health screenings, mask requirements, and pod seating. Pacers executive Danny Lopez says the organization used the first few games of the season to help prepare for the return of fans.
We used the beginning part of the season as a way to get some invited guests, small groups, players' families, that type of thing in, and just put ourselves through paces, right? Just ensure that we have concessions, processes, entry and exit, security screening, ticketing, all those types of things buttoned up, and then we work through the kinks so that we can, kind of hit the ground running when we were ready to have the public back.
Again, tickets go on sale on January 19th. Availability will be for games from January 24th through March 4th. For more info, go to the WRTV app and click on this story. Sports with Brad Brown is next after this break.
.com.
The first Friday night for high school hoops in the new year. Top-ranked Lawrence North hosting MIC rival Warren Central. The Warriors came out fast and took an early lead. Sean Black knocks down a three-pointer. Warren was up 6 just a couple minutes in. But once LN gets it dialed in, they are very impressive. CJ Dunn hits a runner in the lane, part of a 10-1 run that put the Cats in front. Second quarter, they keep that run going. Shamar Avance on the dribble drive. Nice scoop finish with the right hand, part of an 18-point performance. DJ Hughes led the way with 22. Nice work under the basket to flip it up and under. McCoyon Brown with the assist. 3 Wildcats scored in double figures. They take it 63-43. Lawrence North improves to 9-0 on the season. Dave Marin continues our Friday night coverage in Madison County with a tourney doubleheader.
A day-night doubleheader on tap at LaPel as the Bulldogs hosted Frankton with a 5:30 tip-off. The Bulldogs' Cameron Sullivan drives and dishes off to Caden X. Hoop and the foul. It opened up with an early 6-2 lead. Then Frankton took the game outside. Eli Mannings from the corner, nothing but net, and the Eagles flying high with that second quarter lead. Zach Davenport with the rebound and putback. The Eagles at the half up 22-16. In the third quarter, Aiden Brobston drives up and under for the basket. Blake Mills hits from the corner, and Frankton would beat LaPel tonight 56-37. In the nightcap, 2-4 Pendleton Heights up against 8-3 Liberty Christian. The Madison County tournament title on the line, and the Arabians came out firing. Luke Cannonati hits from 3. Then Jamison Dunham gets it to fall, and Pendleton Heights are on an 8-2 run. And those outside shots continue to fall. Here Cannonati again from outside, but Liberty Christian would find their game and attack back. Josh Cabela hoop and the foul. The Lions making it a game here in the second half. Pendleton Heights' Zion Cook drives and scores. The Arabians would hold on to take the Madison County tournament 75-65. Dave Marin, WRTV Sports.
Purdue at Michigan State tonight. The Boilermakers managed just 16 points in the first half. They were down 15 at the break. In the second, they found some rhythm, and they did it all through Trevion Williams. The and one got the margin down to just one possession. Purdue would pull even a couple minutes later. Eric Hunter Jr. finding Brandon Newman on the move. Game tied up at 43. Spartans built another lead. Purdue kept going back to Williams. He scored 7 straight points in a 3-minute stretch. Jumper in the lane cut the deficit to 1. Purdue would get a final look with 6 seconds to go. They go back to Williams, who hits a tough floater a bit off balance. Boilers go up by a point. MSU goes without a timeout. Aaron Henry tries to take it all the way, but the shot misses off the rim, and Purdue wins it at the Breslin Center. 26 points and 9 rebounds for Williams. Perhaps a season-changing win on the road.
I was simple. I made my free throws, took my time. As far as my post moves, I was patient. I didn't do anything, because the ball wasn't coming to me. I didn't do anything out of order. That's one thing I've been working on. I've been saying it a lot. Just try to be simple.
Purdue's next game is at IU on Thursday. Colts and the Bills kick off the NFL's wild card weekend tomorrow afternoon. Phillip Rivers and Josh Allen, the quarterbacks in this matchup, are separated by 15 years of age, and about the only thing they have in common is the position they play and the number on their uniform. Chances are the only time they actually meet face-to-face will be for handshakes after the game. But much will be said about this weekend's quarterback matchup between Phillip Rivers and Josh Allen. The Colts veteran will be making his 7th postseason appearance.
Do I want to be a part of a team and help a team win a championship? Hey, of course. Of course. But that's not the only driving factor to play. I mean, it's really not. The only driving, everything that comes with it. There's a lot of other things that come with it.
Rivers has been a steady leader for most of his first season with the Colts. The stats don't jump off the page, but his focus and fiery nature have been assets for Indy in 2020.
We've played stretches of our best football that I don't know if we can play any better in certain stretches. But yes, to say, can we put a complete game together? But, when you get in this, they're going to make some plays. This is a heck of a team we're playing, obviously.
As for Allen, he's earned his way into MVP level talk for his season. Top 5 in most of the major passing categories. Led the Bills to their first division title in 25 years.
Obviously, being better with the ball, trying not to turn it over. Obviously, nobody wants to turn the ball over, but being smart, especially as we go into the playoffs, and every drive matters, every yard matters.
Compared to Rivers, Allen is blowing up the stat board. Fantasy football fans love him too. 4,500 yards and 37 touchdowns are both franchise records. Allen can also run when needed, more than 400 yards on the ground. And with some dynamic playmakers at his disposal, they've scored more than 500 points this season, second best in the NFL.
Nothing matters unless we win this one. And that's our mindset. We're going from playoff caliber to championship caliber, something that Coach McDermott always preaches to us. But again, this is a team. They got some studs on defense.
And consider this, Allen was 8 years old when Rivers was a rookie. So the youth versus experience storyline will be there. We'll see which one can steer his team into the divisional round. Brad Brown, WRTV Sports.
/Jefferson Awards.
An iconic sign of the holiday season will be taken down tomorrow. The Circle of Lights in downtown Indianapolis is scheduled to be removed Saturday morning. The display is made up of more than 4,000 lights, 52 strands of garland, and more than 6 miles of electrical wire. A big job ahead. Kevin?
A good day to take them down. Not too windy, and it will be dry. 34 the high temperature with some sunshine in the afternoon. Amanda?
Something to look forward to. Thanks for making WRTV your choice for news. Have a good weekend.